Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in today's video we will understand how to create Salesforce record from Outlook email. So here let's say that I'm getting the details of the new lead from my lead generation team on Outlook. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to get the new lead details, then I wish to create that lead in my Salesforce account. So here to do this, I need to set up a connection between these two applications, for which I'm going to use this amazing automation software, that is Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect follows the concept of trigger and action. So here to do this, my trigger application will be Microsoft Office 365 because Outlook is a part of it, and my action application will be Salesforce. So if you want to learn more about this, follow me through the screen. In this video, we will understand how to create Salesforce record from Outlook email. So here let's say that I'm getting the lead details from my lead generation team on Outlook. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive a new lead details, then I wish to create a lead in my Salesforce account. So now in order to automate this entire process, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, and this here is the landing page. So in order to reach here, you just have to type in pabbly.com/connect in your browser. So here you can see that I've got two options. One is of sign in and the other one is of sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, you can simply sign in. But if you are a new user, you can click on the sign up for free button, and every month you will get 100 tasks for free. So as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. Now this here is the all applications page by Pabbly. So here I will go to Pabbly Connect and click on access now to reach my dashboard. In the meanwhile, subscribe to our channel. So this here is my dashboard, and now in order to create a new workflow, I will go to my right hand side corner and click on this create workflow button. So now in this dialog box appearing, I need to give my workflow a name. So here I've named it as create Salesforce record from Outlook email. On my left hand side, you can see that these are the folders which I've created before. So I want to save this workflow in the folder named as Outlook to Salesforce automation, and now I'm going to click on create. So as I did that, now I've arrived on a very important window which consists of trigger and action. So basically, trigger and action are the two most important principles or concepts of Pabbly Connect on which this entire automation will depend. Trigger says when this happens, action says do this. Action is an automated response of a trigger application, and in a workflow, you can only have one trigger but multiple action applications. So now moving to my use case, that is to create Salesforce record from Outlook email. So as I'm getting the lead details through Outlook email, so over here I will go to my trigger window, and over here I'm going to search for Microsoft Office 365 as my trigger application. And the trigger event will be new mail. So this trigger will start working whenever a new mail will be received. So now moving to my action window, as I want to create a lead in my Salesforce account. So over here I'm going to search for Salesforce as my action application. And the action event will be to create a record. So as you can see that I have selected my action application and the action event along with my trigger application and the trigger event. So now moving to my objective, that is whenever I'm going to receive the new lead details on Outlook, then I want to create that lead on my Salesforce account. So now in order to automate this, firstly I need to establish a connection between Microsoft Office 365 and Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to click on connect. In order to add a new connection, I will click on connect. So here I'm going to click on accept as this is a secure access. So here you can see that Microsoft Office 365 and Pabbly Connect is successfully connected. So here our trigger application is a polling based one. So this trigger will check for new data in every 10 minutes. That means in every 10 minutes, it is going to fetch the data over here in Pabbly Connect. So as I will click on save and send test request, it will get me the details of the most latest email which I would have received. So over here you can see that I have framed this email, and now I'm going to send this. So as I've sent the email, currently I'm setting up this automation. That is why as I'm going to click on save and send test request, it will get me the response of the most latest email received. So I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here you can see that I have received the response. So here you can see the subject, that is received new lead. So now I'm going to scroll down and show you the content as well. So over here you can see that this here is the content, that is the lead details. So over here that means I've successfully got the details of the email that I have received. So the first objective of this automation is setup. That means now whenever I'm going to receive a new email, then automatically the details of that email will get captured over here in Pabbly Connect. So as I've got the details and our trigger application is a polling based one. So in every 10 minutes, it is going to fetch the data. So as I've got the details, now by using these lead details, I wish to create a lead in my Salesforce account. So over here, firstly, I need to build a connection. So I'm going to click on connect. And now I'm going to add a new connection. I'm going to click on connect. So here I'm going to click on allow as this is a secure access and the authorization was successful. Here you can see that Salesforce and Pabbly Connect is successfully connected. So now I'm going to select the Salesforce object as lead because I want to create the lead in Salesforce. Now I'm going to map the details of the last name and the first name. So basically mapping means to insert the data from previous step. So as I have received the details from Microsoft Office 365, so that is why I'm going to map the name. But over here, if you would have noticed in the body preview, I have got the body content. So in order to get the last name and the first name, I'm going to use text formatter by Pabbly. So basically by using text formatter by Pabbly, I'm going to fetch the text that is of the last name and the first name and the other details which were added of email, address and the company. So now over here, I'm going to search for text formatter. So here by using text formatter by Pabbly, I'm going to fetch the details. So now I'm going to parse the text. So by using text parser, I'm going to get the first name and the last name separated from that body content. So now over here in the text field, I'm going to map the body content. So here I've mapped it. So here I've entered the text which I want to parse. So as I want to get the first name over here, so I'm going to mention the text match after first name. So because after first name you can see the name and it is before the last name. So that is why over here I'm going to mention last name. So now as I've mentioned it, I'm going to click on save and send test request. So over here you can see that I have got the result and over here here's the first name. You can see that in the result we have got latest and over here in the body content as well you can see that latest was the first name. Now we are going to repeat the same step to get the last name as well. So again over here I'm going to search for text formatter by Pabbly and the action event will be to text parse. I'm going to click on connect. Again I'm going to map the text. So over here, I'm going to map the text and this here's the text. So now I need to mention the text match after and before again. So over here, I'm going to mention it as last name. And now I'm going to mention email address because before email address, the last name is given. So I'm just going to mention it and click on save and send test request. And over here, you can see that I have got the last name. So now moving to the other detail of email and the company name. Again, I'm going to use text formatter by Pabbly. I'm going to select the action event as text parser. Click on connect. I'm again going to map the text. So here is the text. So over here, the text match after will be email address. So I'm going to mention over here email address. And now I'm going to mention the text match before. That will be company. So over here, I'm going to mention company. So once I've mentioned it, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And I've got the email as well. So now moving to the company field as well. So again, I'm going to add text formatter once again in this automation. And the action event will be to text parser, connect. Again, I'm going to map the text. So this here is the text. I'm going to map the text match after that will be company. So I'm going to mention it. And it is before regards. So I'm going to mention regards over here. So once that is done, I'm going to click on save and send test request. So now firstly, I'm going to map the last name. So this here is the last name. Moving to the first name. So from the response received, I'm going to map the first name. So scrolling down to the company field. So again, from the response received, I'm going to map the company. Here it is. So scrolling down, I need to mention the email as well. And now over here, I'm going to map the email. So as you can see that I have mapped the details in these fields. So this method of mapping is important so that every time I'm going to receive a new response, so that response could be taken into consideration in these fields. If I would have written this information manually, in that case, this information could have become static, which means that it wouldn't change even if I would have received a new response. So to avoid that problem, we map the information. So as I've mapped the details which I've received from Outlook email, so that is why I have mapped it, and now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. So here you can see that I have received the response, and this here is a positive response. That means a lead would have been created in my Salesforce account, and taking you to my Salesforce account. So over here you can see under leads, a new lead has been created. So here you can see the name of the lead, here's the company, and this here is the email. So this automation was a successful one. That means now whenever I'm going to receive the lead details on my Outlook email, then automatically by using those details, a lead will be created in my Salesforce account. So as I've got the lead details in an Outlook email, so that is why to get the details of the lead, we have used text parser, so we can fetch the details and map it in our actions tab of Salesforce. So as a lead has been created in Salesforce, so this automation was successful. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Not just these applications, you can integrate a lot more applications and create amazing automations by using Pabbly Connect. So you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can write us to https://forum.pabbly.com, and for pricing related issues, you can visit this link. So you can create a lot more automations by using Pabbly Connect, and don't forget to share these videos with your friends, colleagues. Subscribe to our channel for more.